Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kaya, and I don't really have much to say to open this video, so I'm just gonna drop this clip here, and you guys can enjoy that. It'll explain itself.
Bye, bro, bitch. Bye, hoe. White boy.
God, you guys are gonna hate me for this video. So recently, it's come to my attention that somebody has risen back to the spotlight after a very long period of time of just being in the dark, and you know, it's crazy because this isn't what you'd picture someone to just come back to. And yeah, that specific someone is Danielle Cohn. Some of you may know her as a girl that faked her age on the internet for clout just to seem older, and she did do that, quote unquote, but also she didn't, quote unquote. It's all just allegations, but I don't know, I really don't fucking care. What I do care for, however, is the fact that in these times when she was accused of being younger than she actually was, she was about 13 years old dating a kid that was mainly like 16, 17, right? And here's the worst part about it. She actually had gotten an abortion at 13 years old. Now, to those who aren't aware of who she is or this whole situation, this may shock you, and honestly, it hit me too. A lot of my friends at the same time kind of found out, which was yesterday, even though the video was about 3 days old. So she had came out on her channel and admitted to having an abortion at around 13 years old a few years ago, and she was with this scumbag guy that I don't really fucking know his name because he's irrelevant. But at the same time, I have to sit down and question her mother's parenting skills. I don't know if she's the one behind it, but I'm just gonna say she isn't. You let your daughter put on a fucking charade, right? A charade of her faking her own fucking age to the entire world. She's famous. With that being all said, when you're in this position of power at such a young age, you have no idea what you're doing, you're getting all this money, you want to feel older, you want to act older, you want to do more, you know, things you'd never be able to do. And here's my biggest problem. At 13 years old, your daughter got fucking pregnant by some 17-year-old kid that you allowed in your house without any question. Either she forced her, but either way, the outcome is your daughter is famous. She is being stalked upon and beloved by a bunch of adult men, which is awful. She sexualized herself on the internet at 13 years old and is still continuously kind of doing it to this day. And with all that kind of winding back, she had a fucking abortion. That girl was scared. There's no way she wasn't. She didn't even tell her mother until a few months later on top of that. And it's really crazy that she couldn't even come out and say it to her own mother. You know, and it's really sad, to be quite honest. Now that I've gotten this more serious stuff off my chest, it's time for us to sit down and watch some clips.
No, a video got leaked of me and my mom talking, and she had mentioned that I had an abortion. Yes, I did have an abortion in January.
Okay, as you can see, she said she had an abortion back in January. I don't know if January of this year, last year, or the year before, obviously, because it's never really stated, but it did happen. Mind you, as I said before, we don't really know what her age is. Google says 16, she says 16, but proof also points to the fact that she might be like 14, so yeah, just take that how you want. Just know this shit would never happen in my house.
For me, and something that I don't want to talk about, it has came to the point where I have to, and I do have to tell my story.
You know, a lot of this could have been avoided if you didn't just get fucked at 13 years old. Maybe if you went outside and played with bubbles and did ballerina shit like every other normal girl. But no, you just had to go out and get a boyfriend that was 25. Now look at you, stuck telling a story. I do wonder though, what would her life be like without any of the controversy that surrounded her? I have a good feeling she probably would not be famous, but you know, clout's a hell of a drug.
First of all, you know, teenagers being teenagers, it is a very normal thing to try things out with your boyfriend, you know, all that type of stuff. And it is also a very common thing for people to manipulate people into doing these type of sexual things.
Well, that's what happens when you're 13 dating a fucking 19-year-old or some shit, whatever he was. He was probably looking at you like this. God, I'm so fucked up. Anyway, I think that's enough. I've made my point pretty clear on where I stand on this whole thing. I hope she's okay, and I'm glad she is in a sense, you know, but this is a big part of her life, and now the whole world knows about it. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below any opinion you have on Danielle Cohn, to be quite honest. All my socials will be in the description, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Hey, what are you doing out here? Don't you want to dance?
Sure.
Really, nigga?